Probably the first thing that really set it off for me as far as guitar playing was hearing Nirvana, like when I was in 3rd grade. Smells Like Teen Spirit came out. I didn't learn for many years after that, but I kind of just planted the seed. The good thing about them is they were a little like sloppy and weird. I think before that, you know, when the hair metal scene, like people like Slash and stuff, are like really great guitars, but almost seemed like something I could never achieve. Like it just seemed like so technical, like a mountain. It was like, I'll never be that. Whereas Nirvana was a little more, a little simpler or something, you know. And then as I got older, I got into like more punk rock bands and stuff. And then started getting into like 60s rock. Link Wray is probably my favorite guitarist ever. He's like usually what I base most of my like sound on is his sound. He was one of the first guys to intentionally use overdrive or distortion. He actually pricked holes in his amp to try to achieve an intentional distortion, you know, in like 1957, I think. This guitar was based off the Supro guitar. Link Wray played this same guitar at one point in his career because there's pictures of him using it. I always like old pawn shop guitars, so you'd find like an old Supro like this maybe there, or a Silvertone or Tiesco. Almost like junky guitars even at times, because I find they have a more unique sound. I feel like when I'm on a Fender or Gibson or Gretsch, when I hit an E note, it sounds exactly perfectly like an E note, just like everybody else's, because they all play that too. But when I play it on this guitar, maybe it's more likely to buzz or like be a little off sounding. So yeah, I like sometimes imperfections in a guitar. Strings like rattle and they're loose, they're not stiff. Yeah, I find it to be more unique. This song is kind of a standard, you know, like 145 kind of country rock song. He plays the lead. It's like it's kind of like Kingsy, Beatlesy kind of lead, and then I just strum the and then the lyrics and stuff I just kind of mumbled. I was trying to go for like a little bit of 2 egos, so like I'll do one low voice that's kind of like Lee Hazelwood, and then do a high one. So it's almost like 2 personalities or something. On the chorus, it just makes it a little different. We're like going, it's just A and E, like, drive, drive, buddy, drive away. It's just simple 2-chord, but when he hits the E, like, he'll ring it out, and I'm going back up to the A, but he's still ringing out the E part. So like, I'll start at the A part and then to the E.
Man, I'll tell you, it's you guys just let the Black Lips do us. It's hard to explain. I don't know. I mean,
and at the end, I do
he does a solo at the end.
A solo thing, kind of Lee Hazelwood thing, or it's just like, wait. That's like a Duane Eddy kind of lick. And then I go up, I'll follow the chords of the song, and then on the second part of the solo, I just punched in with like some kind of country licks that are like reminiscent of like a pedal steel, like, you know, like. Like shit like that. Something like that. Like. My whole MO is I try to get the overdrive, the volume has to be just right, where if I hit the guitar hard, it breaks up, and if I hit it light, it's kind of clean. So I like to have it just at that threshold between like overdrive and not. So I'll just play it soft if I want to clean it, and if I hit it hard, it gets like a little breakup. So it's like there's a certain spot like on every amp, guitar, and sometimes you can use maybe a little overdrive pedal if you want. And that's what I like about Link Wray. It's always like kind of overdriven sound, but it doesn't sound like a pedal. It sounds very earthy and organic. So it sounds like it's coming from the amp. Oh, you come into life in a transcendental place. You're walking down the line. Oh, it's psychedelic bits, but it's always still trust me, it's all good.
I read a review not too long ago where someone said this album sounds like another Black Lips record, and yeah, you're goddamn right it does. I mean, what are you trying to say? I mean, yes, it does. I think they were trying to say that we don't really change too much of our thing, but it's like, why are you gonna fix a Ferrari? It already goes smooth. I mean, we got a thing. We know what we're doing. This is coming.
Not
This
broke,
is us.
don't fix it. I remember not knowing a D chord and watching on TV they played an old Buddy Holly video like Peggy Sue and just like getting up to the TV like squinting and seeing just the formation that Buddy Holly was doing like that. So I always tell people like Buddy Holly taught me how to play the D chord.